Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm here with my boy Nick today. For
Yes,
those who don't
sir.
know, this man is very well known on TikTok. He is a rapper and up and coming. This man got bars, so you
Thank
know
you.
he got
Thank you. Yes,
bars.
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, and we ain't talking mumble rapping. We actually talking bars here. Okay, straight bars. All right.
Yes, sir.
And Nick, I just want to say thank you so much, bro, for coming on to the show today.
Of course, of course.
As you know, this is Growth Unscripted podcast.
I
So with
love the
Growth
name.
Unscripted. Thank you. With Growth Unscripted, we plan on making things raw, real, and authentic. There's no fluff. And the biggest thing is showing our audience like, hey, we don't care really about like the very end result of things. We care about what's the nitty gritty, right? Like,
Right.
how did you start from here to get where you at right now? Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the first question I just want to ask you is one, honestly, to explain who you are.
Woo. All right. I hate getting asked this question because like there's so many ways to
Hey,
answer, bro. I just keep it.
okay, let's start this
I
way
keep it
then.
100.
Let's start with this way then. Where Start from where you're born and raised and pretty much start from there and we'll work our way up.
Cool. Perfect. That's the way. Cause I would have went on a whole tangent. So first, I want to say, born in Detroit, Michigan, raised around everywhere. I've lived in Detroit, East Side and West. I've lived in Warren, Sterling Heights, where I'm currently at right now, Farmington Hills. So like I've lived all around Michigan, but Detroit is still my home from just all that. Uh yeah, dude. Single mom, dad was around every blue moon, you know what I'm saying? Can't knock him for it. Sometimes things was hard, but he around now, so like
Understandable.
it's cool, it's cool. But yeah, dog, I'm outgoing, extravagant human being, if I'm being honest. Uh yeah.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So tell me this. So when you was growing up, right? So like how were
hmm
you really even introduced to music in the first place? Like what made you just want to like,
This
you
is the
know
fun
what?
part.
I want to pursue this.
Okay, so I didn't really start pursuing music until I'll probably say out of high school. Like I used to freestyle with the homies in the car and stuff like that in between classes. But I'll probably
Lunchroom
say
ciphers.
no, not even just in the car. So like we
It's
would
just in the car? Okay.
yeah, this was I'll probably say junior to senior year, we used to have this thing where it was like CPC, like career prep center, where you could have an
Mm-hmm.
option to leave school for like 2 hours and then go to another facility and like just learn skills, trades, just stuff like that, just in between class. So in on those rides where you would go from after second hour, you go to third and fourth, go there, and then we would just freestyle in the car. Just like, hey, just play a beat. We don't care. And my homies used to get upset. They used to be like, bro, we're freestyling again? I'm like, yes, you're going to do it with me. I got to get better. But just going back before that, dude, music was always in the crib. My mom was more of like a house electronic type of person. You know, she still loved her R&B, a little bit of hip hop, but she loved just house music. She loved to dance. My dad was more, I'd probably say more R&B now. Before it was like, you know, the old school hip hop, you know, Wu-Tang, Biggie and stuff like that, you know,
Facts.
he real, like, you know, throwback and stuff like that. So my brother, rest in peace his soul, my brother Reggie, he used to dance, sing, and just watching him made me, I'm like, well, he's my older brother. I want to be cool like him. You know what I'm saying? I want to get the girls. I want to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, dude. So he didn't really like write that much, but he used to just like try to sing and just really good at dancing. So then it just kind of just grew on me over time. And then yeah, dog, and that's where we're at now. I wrote a lot, just poems for like school class. Never really showed anybody, but I would just have it just to just practice. I didn't really know what it was going to turn into at the time, but as you can see now, years later, we know what it turned into. As far as my influences, I'll probably say it was early on. It was you know, I was young, so Soldier Boy was new, all like the dances, the crank that. Then Lil Wayne was at his peak with the feature runs and the albums and the mixtapes. So he was a big influence. Believe it or not, I used to play Usher, like Confessions, bro. I'm in like elementary school talking
You
about
don't tell me you in the okay, don't tell me you in the shower singing these
no,
are my confessions. Just so
no,
I can say when I
no. It wasn't nothing like that. I would just be like, you know, had a CD player, popped up way in the CD player, just be in my room for hours. Like I'll still be playing with my toys, but I'll just be, you know, action figures singing
bobbing.
Confessions. Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's probably a good base I can start off with. Yeah.
Okay, so for the people who are curious, so when you were using the action figures as confessions, who were these action figures? We're
Oh my
curious now.
goodness, yo! You know what the funny part is? They don't even match, dog. Like I used to, what is it? So I used to have Beyblades.
Yeah,
So
what?
yeah, bro, Beyblades was I
You over
wasn't like
here? You standing there in
yeah.
Pegasus?
Yes, dog. And I mean like like the original Beyblade, not like the
Lord.
revamp. Yeah, bro, it
Right.
was that, and then I was into wrestling too. So I used to have like you remember how they had like the big action figures, but then they had like the little small mini ones, the mini
Yeah,
joints.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
like I didn't get the big ones. I wanted the small ones, so that way I can just like throw them everywhere. And I had like the little arena, so I was just having them just breaking tables, playing confessions in the background. Don't even match. So yeah, Triple H, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton, Batista, all them, Jeff, the Hardy
Yo,
brothers, all that.
imagine getting an RKO and you hear is "Let it burn."
I know, yo. I used to make them so climactic, dog. I used to have like Jeff Hardy on the top ropes doing the thing, and then like
The
he
little
just falls and
guns.
puts somebody on the table and it breaks on that song. Like it was, dog. Trust me, bro. I had a crazy imagination
Yo, you know what? That probably could have been a hit YouTube channel, low key.
for sure,
Like
for sure.
you know how people, a lot of people will tune in just to see. Oh snap! Batista about to get jumped. What's
By
going on?
somebody, yeah, and then you
And
just
then you hear
hear
Soldier Boy crank that to start coming in out of nowhere.
my goodness. Oh, yo, that makes me think, yo, I used to there's another CD I used to have. I don't know if they even still around anymore. It was this old like group called B5 dog. I don't know if you remember what B5 is, but it was like a singing group.
B5.
I don't remember
Not,
like
nah,
I
I
don't even
don't
remember
remember.
having their songs. I just remember I had their CD. And sometimes like for like Triple H, bro, I have him just coming out on his intro to one of their songs. Them talking about, being a young kid in like school. Like it was dumb. But it was fun though. Like, like looking back, I was like, bro, what are you doing? But that started the imagination and got the wheels turning and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. Nice. I love that. Love that. Okay, so so pretty much now, okay, we grew up in Michigan.
Right.
Mom's pretty much took care of you for the most part, right? And where was the dad at? Like, was the dad even there at
Oh, I'm
all? Was
sorry.
he here
Yeah,
and there?
correction. I probably should emphasize on that. So like it didn't really
You good?
become like, yeah, no, for sure. It didn't really become like a full like, yo, like I ain't one of them guys who like, yo, my dad wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like that. It was like I probably say for the first, I guess, important part of my years, I guess like as like a kid growing up, definitely around
Okay.
hella photos with me at different ages with him. You know what I'm saying? I probably did say like it probably started maybe I want to say fourth grade, maybe something like that, maybe like fourth. So it was like I remember from fourth grade and back. It was like he was around off and on and stuff like that. He was I'm sorry, more around during fourth grade and like back when I was like born. But then it was like as I got older, it kind of just things happen, bro. Like things fade out. You know what I mean? He
Of
never
course.
stopped loving me. He always still like showed up at least. You know what I mean? He showed up when it was important. I'll put it to you like that. Especially when it was
Okay.
like Christmas, birthdays, he would show up, still try to like reach out to me and stuff like that. Got me, my first phone. So I mean, I can't. You know what I'm saying? It was just when I wanted you in the house, you
At
weren't
least,
there. Yeah,
yeah. It was just that. So then, if we were to dive a little bit deeper to that
yeah,
part,
yeah, yeah.
so you saying like so he showed up pretty much for the most part
Hmm.
when like, hey, where it mattered the most, which like the holiday times,
Yeah,
or let's just say like you have a play or practice or something like that. Like
yeah.
he was
Oh
right
no,
over
not
there for
that.
that.
It was just it wasn't like that. It was I mean, he showed up like a couple games. You know what I'm saying for like
Few in
basketball
there.
rec. Yeah, like, but it wasn't like consistent. It was just when like it mattered. But I tell you though, when he showed up for them basketball games, boy, I told you I was third grade dropping 25. Believe me. I was like, oh, my dad's here. I got it. Give me the ball. I was that kid. For sure, I was that kid.
Did you think that when he didn't show up for those points, or at least just say this, when at times you feel like you really needed him most and he wasn't there, do you think that possibly played an effect on to like who you
Yeah.
are today?
Yeah, no, definitely. I will wholeheartedly agree with that. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I can say this from at least from my point of view, because like
Hmm.
with my dad, he he showed up sometimes,
Yeah,
right?
right. Right.
But like the craziest thing that always made, but the thing that always got to me was like when I played football,
Right.
he literally lived 5 minutes down the street.
Oh, yeah, see, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like and see, and over time, like that tends to like over time, at least at that time, it kind of like got to me over time, but then I got used
Of
to it.
course.
Kind
Yeah,
of like
like yeah, I definitely think that every young man needs his father, bro. Like I don't care what the anyone says, like, bro, you're gonna need like it's that balance, like you know what I'm saying. Like you need like now regardless. if your mom is the disciplinary in the house and your dad's the more softer approach, whatever, you still have
Right.
two different energy. You know what I'm saying? You need that. Getting both of those from one parent is definitely like a struggle because you don't really know how like to balance that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a balance.
Yeah, for
You want to
sure.
have that balance, but for for you, since you use music, right? So
Hmm.
I guess it's good safe to say that, hey, like these certain tragedies or these certain moments that happened in my past,
Hmm.
those kind of fuel me in terms of what I'm doing now in terms of my music, and I put any emotions I've had built up right into my music.
No, facts. I can, yes, that is, yeah, yeah, yeah. I will say, I'll probably say for the first, I'll probably say up until maybe like a year or two ago. Yeah, I can definitely say that like after I got older, me and him finally had like an actual like a sit down and talk, and he was like, look, I know I should have been there more and stuff like that, like I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. He's like, so whatever you have to say to me, if you got to curse, you got to punch me, whatever, he was like, I deserve, like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So we had like an actual like a real in-depth
Heart to
talk, bro.
heart.
Yeah, like, and then I will say one of the best things I will say, that he wasn't one of those people where he's gonna like try to overtalk you and make like an excuse as to why this and why that. He was just like, no, like, yeah. He like, let it out. Like, cause he said, I don't want you walking around life with that shit on you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we can curse on here. My bad. Sorry. But,
Oh, this growth unscripted. We cuss anyway.
oh, all right. Then anyway,
You good?
yeah, no, he just told me, he was just like, yeah, man, like, if whatever you got to do, swear at me, curse, yell, whatever, cry, whatever. He was like, I'm gonna need to accept it because I would rather have you release it and put that into where it needs to be. As far as like, I'm the one that caused it, so I'm gonna be the one to take the brunt of it. Besides you walking
Right.
around and you using that on someone else, he said that can end you up in a whole nother. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that type of energy and stuff like that. So yeah, it definitely helped, dog. He let me he let me kind of say everything I wanted to say.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's actually a healthy thing, and not most men are able to withstand that or handle that low key.
Yeah,
To
no,
be
I
honest,
gotta. Yeah, that's why I kind of give him. That's why sometimes when I be going back to older songs and I have songs like "Yo, Pops wasn't there," you know what I'm saying? Because rightfully so, he wasn't. So like, I had every right to talk about that. The same thing if anyone else, you know what I mean? And it's like now, it's crazy. This is I didn't even put two and two together. Now that I feel like since we had that talk, now we have like more of like an open relationship. Like I'll text him, he'll text back, call and stuff like that. And I feel like now it's like in my music, the most recent releases, I feel as if that father figure that I wanted growing up, like being around, telling me what not to do was right. You know what I'm saying? Then I still didn't like mess up or anything. I still had my mom to worry about. You know what I mean?
right?
I feel like now in the music, it's like I want to be that person that if that kid, the same kid that I need, or the same father figure that I needed as a kid, you know what I mean, in my music. So I just try to give gems, not really try to like be preachy, because I feel like after a while it gets kind of, you're like, all right, bro, we get
Redundant.
it. Like, yeah, it just gets a little. You're like, all right, bro, we get it, bro. Like, stop. You know what I mean? But yeah, I will say I have some songs where I'm like, yeah, like this is for me. Like I needed these songs growing up. You know what I mean? Yeah, dog. That's yeah. I guess I don't even know where to move on from that or where to go from that at that point.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay. So it was good to hear though that you and your dad at least got on better terms now. So that's good to know.
Yep. Yep.
Because I would definitely say though, when it comes to growing up, that it's always good to have some type of closure, some type of healing.
Right.
That's for sure going on. So for him to be able to do that already means he's already moving he's already moving in the right direction for terms of
Yeah,
being a
no.
father for sure. And so
Facts. Yep.
leads me to my next thing.
Okay.
So since you've been working on this music and everything, right? So
Hmm.
what is it? Are you doing it full time, or what is it that you're doing right now to kind of sustain yourself for the time being,
Well, like as far as what do you mean by
financial
full time
wise?
financial? Okay, that's what I was figuring. Okay, so as far as financially, I work right now. I've been working in the medical field for a while. Shout out mom. She got me a job out
Hmm.
of high school. Like, yo, before you think about going to college or anything like that, or whatever, if you do, if you don't, make you some money in the summer before the semester start where you do enroll. So yeah, I was just working there. So currently in the medical field still. I'm in like a branch of it where it's like what is it? Like workers comp and auto. So like
Okay,
auto claims, stuff like that. You get hurt at the job. I'm the person that's like, all right, if I'm gonna send this out, things gotta be exactly right. And if it's not, then I can't help you. You know what I mean? I'm that person.
so that means that I can go break my leg. low key,
Hey,
right? Wink,
listen,
wink,
if
and then
it's
you can just.
hey, I don't know where this is gonna be posted, but I'm saying it right now. If you need help, if you go to us, just give me the paperwork, and we gonna just make sure everything's filled out right. Not saying legally, by the way, too. I wanna emphasize that legally.
Legally,
I'm looking in the
legally,
camera legally.
legally, wink,
Facts,
legally.
facts. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I'm doing that. Whatever. I just picked up a seasonal job working at this is a Dollar Tree by my house. Cool people. I worked there before for seasonal just to pick up some extra bread during the holidays. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Right.
two jobs right now. Two jobs.
Okay. Man. Yeah. She sound like I know your time is very.
Yeah, no.
It's used up quite
Now
a
that I
bit.
have a bro, even before I got the second job, it was like after work because 7 to 3:30 is my schedule every like Monday through Friday. You know what I mean? Unless I want to do overtime, I can do that. Yada yada yada. But most of the time, I'm just like, all right, 7 to 3:30, I'm here, and then as soon as I clock out, I shut my door, and I usually come in here. I'll either come in here or I gotta go to my friend's house to help him out with some audio stuff. I gotta edit for somebody, or I'm editing for me, or I go out and make content, writing new songs, features. So it's like now I feel like I'm at a point where I'm actually more busy than what I've ever been, and I'm just getting
Mm.
started. So I can only imagine how it's gonna be when like there's traction and there's actual meetings and all that extra stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Why are you doing music? So when you talk about content creation, right? I want to get into
Hmm.
that a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you have or like do you already like have like a plan in terms of like, hey, I'm gonna do this on this day, do this on that day, do this on that day? Or it's more of an inspiration type of thing. Like, okay, I'm inspired, I want to do this, so I'm gonna write this down. This is how we're gonna do this and shoot this. Like, how
So
did that go?
yeah, believe it or not, I used to only kind of move off of inspiration when it came down to videos because I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those artist early on to where I never had like the best like quality for videos, but I still found out a way to get like a video done based off what I had, right? Like early on.
Hmm.
So once I got used to music videos, as soon as I finally got like a grip of it and the handle of it, that's when TikTok came around. So like I was like a year into TikTok, I'm just scrolling, not noticing what it's gonna turn into now. So it was like before it was just inspiration, like, oh, I'll make a TikTok. Like I'll try this. At first I was panicking. I was like, I don't know how to do this. Like it was a hard pivot because I had to go from music videos to short form content like 3 to 4 times a day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big jump. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
that was the inspiration part. And then I probably say within the last 3 weeks, 3 weeks, I've gotten more strategic with it where it's like I'm like, okay, I'll take a week out of the month or week out of whatever. Oh yeah, well, a week out of the month. Obviously not a week out of the year. Like I would take
I
a
got
week
you.
out of the yeah, I would take a week out of the month and I would shoot for 3 to 4 days of just shooting, just all videos, all ideas that I have. And then once I'm done with that, I would just the next 3 to 4 days I would just edit all of them, captions, if it needs captions, all that, color grading, all that. So then that way, by the time I'm done with like that week of me just making videos, creating content ideas that I have, I will have like enough videos for me to release, either if it's once a day, twice a day, every other day, whatever, for like the next like 2 months. So then I wouldn't have
Oh,
to be so pressed about I gotta pull up my camera, make a TikTok, I gotta do shorts, I gotta do reels, I gotta do like it was just I found a way for me to be consistent without me having to run myself ragged.
nice.
Yeah, dude.
What so if you could explain a little bit more on that for anybody who's out there who is like, working on trying to do their own music or something like
Hmm.
that, what would be at least your strategy of how you was able to at least deal with it and handle it?
Um, I will say one thing that I have that most people aren't able to do, which is I've always been incredibly adaptable to situations. I don't know if that's even the right terminology I want to use for that, but yeah, I've been I can adapt to anything. So the fact that
Okay.
me going from being able to hard pivot from music videos to making short form content like way more than a normal music video, I was able to do that in like a short amount of time without it like really, really overworking me. So to anybody who's listening to this, I would say just figure out what type of videos you would want to do outside of the things you're already seeing from other artists doing it. Because what I realized early on is that you can see a bigger artist, and I'll even say intermediate. I don't want to say nobody like Drake. I'll just say someone on the intermediate level. Let's just say like who can I even say right now?
Mid. That's like kind of mid for right now.
Yeah, kind of like on like in the independent space. I'll say Cal Scrooby. If anyone can think about it, if anyone knows who that is, Cal Scrooby, fire by the way. I'll take someone like him, right? That's not like he's
Okay.
not like Drake, but he's not me. I'll put it to you like that. So he could do a video, like a short form video of him having the microphone hanging or him just sitting in the studio just like this with this camera just like that, rapping with just add some text to it, and it's gonna go crazy because he already has a fan base built up that people are there that are going to consume him, that are going to consume his content because they love him. They already know what he stands for. They know everything about him. For someone like you or me or anyone else watching this, if you try to take that same idea in that video, it might not work for you, and you might be discouraged by it. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
just figure out what type of videos you can do to add your own flavor. Like you may not like this angle that I'm doing. You may do an angle when it's this way or that way or above you, something that's going to be a little bit different because nowadays it's like you don't have to be fully original with every single idea because a lot of things are already taken, believe it or not, after the years of music creation and video editing, most things are already taken. So just start with just figuring out what you would want to present yourself as, whatever content you want to make, then figure out a schedule. A schedule is really important. Out of everything I can say, a schedule is the most important thing you can do. The same way how you're at your 9 to 5, you're working and you have a schedule. Like you may have, okay, for first 4 hours of work, I'm gonna do this part of my work. Maybe it's just handwritten, whatever. Then you go to lunch and then all that other stuff. Like figure out a schedule that's gonna work from you and then apply it to your content schedule. Figure it out. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, just figure it out. I don't know if that was like too long, but
No, you're fine. You
yeah, no,
straight.
because
Cause
there's a lot that goes into it.
oh no, I get it. Cause that's why I asked to elaborate on it. Because right. Cause like a lot of people like they'll say, yeah, like I did this, and this. It's like okay, you said you did this,
But did
but
you
you didn't
do it?
explain. Yeah, did you do it and how you did it,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
that's one, and that's why I wanted to ask about that. Have you used CapCut Pro?
Yeah, believe it or not, I used to use it before when it was just like on the when TikTok first like added it or integrated it into their platform, I guess in a little bit of a way. Yeah, but I just started using it really for real, strictly for captions and maybe like little camera movements
Yeah,
that
I
I
would
can
say
just yeah, just
captions
for
is
captions.
clutch in there. I admit
Yeah.
captions is clutch.
Yeah, no, I mainly use it for that purpose. For actual editing and color grading, no, I use DaVinci. I use DaVinci
Okay.
Resolve. Yeah, and by the way, if anyone here is watching, DaVinci is free. Like the free version is still good enough for you to use. I use it. Go to if you want to say who is this guy, who's Nick, no one knows who he is, what does he use? Bro, if you go look at any of my videos, it's just a camera, a free editing program, and I just started paying for CapCut because they had like a little deal for whatever. Like I just started paying for it. So I just been running just edit captions, and then I auto post. I just started like scheduling out posting, doing auto post just now.
Nice,
And
nice.
it do I'm telling you, bro.
It's a game changer, right?
Yeah,
Saves you so
bro.
much
Like
time.
yeah, dogs. I got tired of just sending it from my MacBook to my phone, which is dope. AirDrop, amazing. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of doing that and then going to my phone, going on every single app and just posting the same thing. I just scheduled it out and I don't have to go on my phone as much, like ever.
Yeah, because I literally shot like yesterday. I shot like 3 videos, and I just have them all scheduled out now for the
Yeah,
next 3 days. Because every time I get home, especially in the situation I'm in now, like
right.
I'm trying to have time set aside to where I can go make some money, but then
Mm-hmm.
also too, I can at least not have to rush to make more content right away.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yeah, no.
so the biggest thing is self automation if you can figure it out.
Yeah, especially and I know there's people going to say like, "Oh yeah, like sometimes I've heard someone say that if you use apps like that, like it diminishes your reach." And I was like, I ain't gonna lie,
Mm,
the first few times I used it, like I had a clip that did better than any of my other clips that I posted just on my phone. And it could just be because maybe that piece of content is good enough where it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like you just got like I said, it just comes down to figuring out what you're good at and what you think like what styles of videos are gonna look better for you. And you're the only one that can really do that and have that input because you know yourself. And if you don't know yourself, then learn and mess up until you do. Fail
that's
quicker.
true.
If you fail quicker, you're going to achieve way more.
Hey, one thing I learned is success loves speed. That's
Hey,
one thing I could definitely say. Success loves speed.
yeah, especially if you're going at and I feel like that's true, but also especially if you're going at your own pace and you're not worrying about what someone else's speed is looking like, that's when it
Mm-hmm.
helps. That's when I feel like
That
it
is
helps the
true.
most.
That is true. Okay. So what is your so tell me then, what's like some plans that you got going on for the rest of this year coming on up to the next year? Do you have any ideas of what you probably want to do, implement?
Mhm.
Like what you got?
Um, well, I just keep it at least on this part for the music part, I have some songs coming out. And usually I'm usually against dropping stuff like during the holidays because I'm like, well, no one's gonna like care. Everyone's with their family. And I realized at my level, no one cares. You know what I mean? Like it's not like you have like a huge budget to work with. Like it's just you. So why not? Like a lot of the stuff shuts down. So releases this month, next month, and February. As far as things I want to implement, I definitely want to get more into finding content spaces to where like either like buildings that just where you can just rent out a space for an hour that has all the photography stuff already there, all the little sets you have to keep creating it, implementing that into content strategies. Well, as far as like making it, getting more on my business, like actually trademarking my name, like finally doing that, getting that trademark, getting that LLC, getting that going. So that way, a form of protecting yourself. And I guess to most people, you look more professional, I guess. So I was like,
Yes.
okay, why not? You know what I mean? I feel like if you have some
Mm-hmm.
type of, people say that they're about the business, but then when you don't have any of your business in place, then how can you say that? You know what I mean? I never like that. I never like that about people. That's just me personally. That's like my own gripe. It's like if you're going to be on your business, then be on it, learn it. There's a reason why it's called the music business for a reason. You want to make money, you want to sustain yourself and your family, whatever the case may be. With your music, you're going to need to have business in place. So that's one of the things. Getting my business right, making sure I'm collecting all my publishing, making sure I'm collecting mechanical royalties overseas. Because believe it or not, your distro kid is not collecting all your money. So most people just think it stops there. I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but you have other money elsewhere, regardless. And then yeah, dog, that's what I have implemented for next year. Make sure I'm getting my
Okay.
business down. And also too, now restricting myself from working with certain artists and producers that don't have their business together. And there's no shot to them at all. I just know that,
Where you at right now
yeah, like
and how
where I
you
am
operating?
mentally. Yeah, like where I am mentally. Like I wanna be able to work with people. And it's not even a fact of me trying to feel like I'm better than anyone. Now people will throw that out there, like, "Oh, you think you're better because you have your business in order." It's like, well, it sounds like you're upset. It sounds like you're upset. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
dog. Yeah, that's my plan, and hopefully performing for another or opening for another big artist next year, and doing my own shows. Definitely, like getting a venue, figuring out the ins and outs, getting like a small venue, maybe like 100-person cap, and seeing what I can draw in myself. Because believe it or not, soft tickets are okay, but hard tickets are way better to it's 10 times better to have that on your EPK, your artist portfolio, than you having like, oh yeah, I did a festival and these people came to see me. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what I got going on.
So, question, do you know anything like
Yeah.
from a business perspective, do you know like how
hmm
to do business funding, how to get your LLC, everything properly structured, like any of that?
So to be honest, yes and no.
Okay.
The reason why I'm gonna say yes, because I have the knowledge and I have the know how to do it. The no is because I'm nervous on which route I want to take. If I want to go with a third party, or if I just want to go directly to like an actual like a .gov site, because I don't know, because I don't want to, like, if I go to a
So
.gov site, I might mess up something and then I got to worry about that. But if I go to an external source like Taylor Brands or whatever the other companies are, or LegalZoom, whatever, I would have to pay them more money than what it would originally cost me to do it myself.
so I will give you this play. I got busy. Well, it used to be called Inkfile, but now it's called Busy.
Okay.
Of course, you still have to pay. This is the same amount for any website, your platform you go on.
hmm
Um, wherever the fees or wherever it is for your state. So I'm not sure how much it is in Michigan, but I know in Virginia it's like $100 get your LLC.
Yeah. Okay.
So EIN, that's free across the board. You can just go to irs.gov and get your EIN. That's easy.
Yeah, I know that EIN is free,
Yeah,
right? If I'm not mistaken,
correct.
most likely once you get
Yeah,
the
if you
business
come
entity
across
going.
anything that says paying your EIN, refuse it because you don't need it. You can get it for free.
Bet. Okay.
Then you need a Dun and Bradstreet. Dun and Bradstreet is like your credit score, is like your credit social security number that you will
Okay.
need. Because Dun and Bradstreet is going to be the
Oh,
ones that report to the business credit bureaus. And
okay.
then
Okay.
after you do that, you're going to need to get, now this is talking about from the sense of getting business funding and all that stuff. This is talking from that
Yeah,
sense.
no, which is I wanna learn more about that just so I can have the know-how of it, and also too, I want to figure out because I'm still iffy on where to place my money in certain places because I know everything's not going to give me a direct out, like something grandiose with it, but I want to at least see what it can do. So yeah,
So
continue.
yeah, you will also need to get so actually through busy you can actually as well get your virtual address, because you need to get a virtual address set up in order for whenever banks do look at you for when you get to that the funding side,
Is that
they're like,
like a
okay,
website? Is that like would that be equivalent to like a website URL or no?
no,
Okay,
that
okay,
a virtual, yeah, the virtual address would be like as if you actually have a whole physical brick and mortar building.
oh,
That's what that
okay,
is.
okay.
Yeah. Now for a landing page, that is not recommended, but will help out. For real, you can get a. There's websites now for AI that you can literally pay $3 and get a whole website set
I
up, and all
currently
you got
have my own website. That's why I wanted to ask, like, if that would be considered the same
got you.
thing. But yeah, that's what I wanted to
Yeah,
know.
so that will help out in terms of your business side of things, but in terms of
Hmm.
virtual address, no, because you see they still need to actually look up on Google and see, okay, this is actual physical building.
Okay.
After that is just the whole point of getting like your regular stuff, which is like nav.com.
Nav.
Yeah, nav is where you'll go on. You can pay $50 a month, and they'll report to your business credit. Like I think like what it's like a $10,000 limit, $20,000
Okay.
limit just to report it, and
Hmm.
then plus you get to check your business credit score on there and everything too.
Is
So
your business credit score dictated on your own personal business, like a credit score? Because I know
so
I've heard people say that like it can be hand in hand, but not like the same.
yeah, so you can, so pretty much you like if you were to get your business everything set up and structured right, you
Hmm.
can't walk into a bank and ask for funding per se, because they're going to say, hey, well, okay, that's great, we need to see 3 months of taxes and
Yep.
stuff like that, statements.
Yep.
And it's like, I just started, so how I'm supposed to do that? So then you have the PG route, which is personal guarantor.
Hmm.
PG is what you will go for once you get your business properly set up. You go PG and use your own personal credit. For example, let's say, for example, Amex. Say that.
Yep.
So American Express, you'll go in there PG, but so what? In order for that to even be qualified, your personal credit need to have at least around a 680 or better. You can't have no derogatories, no late payments, and only have at very minimum, only one inquiry, and that's it on your credit
Okay.
profile.
Okay.
So if you have you have anything like that on there, or even repossessions and stuff like that, then you gotta get those removed. And don't nobody
Hmm.
tell you this, but when you actually decide to like try to get those things removed, you may hear some people be like, "Oh, well, you got to wait 2 years, or you got to wait 7 years." No, not at all. That's a lie. You can literally get inquiries removed within 30 days. You can literally get you can also get bankruptcies removed within a month. Some of them
Hmm.
may take 2 months, some may take 4 months, but it definitely will take a lot shorter than 7 years.
Okay.
And same
Well,
thing too
good
for
thing is
collections.
I never had a repossession, none of that. So like, yeah, I just did a something to where I just want to make sure you can still hear me. Jeez.
Yeah, I say you.
Okay, cool. I just did something without giving out too much. I leveraged my I didn't even know I had this at my job, like my retirement plan. Like I was able like to leverage that with paying off my credit card debt or whatever. Still leaving like
Nice.
still leaving like a little bit of a balance just for they be like it's better apparently it's better to have like a 1% credit usage compared to like you having like zero at the end of a month. It doesn't be like, oh, well, you're not using it or whatever. So they don't really
Correct.
care.
At least
So yeah, so
minimum
I
they say is 3% at what they say minimum, but 1% is still fine.
yeah, no, so I pretty much paid off. I did pay off one of them because I only had like $400 on it, and I'm like, you know what, just get it was Best Buy card. It was for a birthday. It was for a Christmas present for my girl. I was like, why not? I was already almost done paying it off anyway. I was like, all right, I don't care. let's just pay that off. But then I had some bigger credit card payments that I had to do, and I just pretty much wiped those down. I left $100 on each out of like a 2,000 limit, 2,500. You know what I'm saying, something like that. So, and I noticed that just based on me paying off the one card, the Best Buy, my credit score shot up like 10 points. So I was like, just
Yep.
wait on. Yeah, I was like, yo, just wait until they get the whatever
The
reports they
statement.
got to do. Yeah, for the other ones, I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna shoot up even more. So I'm like, okay, like that took off a lot of stress. Like I was just like, woo. And I'd rather, and my thinking behind it, just to move past it, my thinking behind it was at least for my retirement plan, me using like borrowing money from that, whatever interest that I'm paying on top of that, it goes back into the trust, and the company who's holding the, well, not the trust, but the retirement plan, the company
Mm-hmm.
that's holding it, they don't see a penny of that interest. It just goes back into the fund that I already add into. So I was like, okay, so I can either continue to pay these credit cards off plus interest, and by the time you end up looking at it back, you're not even putting down the whole money on the principal. I can just pay it off lump sum, whatever amount is left, just pay the interest on that, and I'll just pay myself back money that I already put in without me having to worry about
Mm-hmm.
anything else. So I was like, I don't know why people don't do that. I don't know if it's been talked about, but
That's
yeah,
the thing. Not a lot of people talk about it, nor do they get exposed to it. So
yeah,
that's a part of the thing. So like you're doing it, you're actually doing it pretty good. I would say that definitely increase your credit more if it isn't already in a really good place. And then once you get like your whole business day set out, you can get
mm,
funding to help you out for your music career. And
yeah,
then now you can do better production. You can get the studio time. And then on top of that, you talking about getting a place or at least renting out a place. You
mm.
can go to peerspace.com.
That's what
Peerspace.
that's yep. That I didn't want to like I didn't want that's one of the one things I didn't want to give away. I was like, all right, like when I was talking about using content spaces, it's peer
Uh-huh.
space. We have a few spots out here in Michigan, like Detroit, Royal Oak, Flint, like just all over, dog. Like people just have it just different for podcasts, for photography, videography, all
Mm-hmm.
that. So I was like, yeah, I'm just trying to I'm just I'm weary about it because I just want to make sure when I do go there, I have the content that I want to shoot so that way I'm not wasting my time. It's different when you're going somewhere free, like outside when it's warm out. You can be out there for hours shooting content, but when you're on a time crunch for 2 hours, you want to make sure you get everything. So yeah, yeah,
Use
dog.
have you used AI before, like ChatGPT?
I have, believe it or not, yes, I have, and I was going to use that for some other stuff, but yeah, I've used it before.
Okay, so I ain't gonna spit on this one, but I'll at least say this much. There's a way to use ChatGPT the right way, and there's way to use it the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you this: the wrong way is the way that most people use it for, compared to you using it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Because only thing I'm gonna say on it is that there's a way to embody a person on it on as a bot. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a way to
Okay.
embody a person,
That's dope.
and
I'm not gonna lie. That's
yeah,
yeah, because I'm pretty. I don't. I'm pretty sure I've been using it the wrong way, but like only time. No, to be honest, the only time I've used it is to either have ChatGPT make me a song contract between me and a producer or an artist, like for a feature. I'll have them do that. But then I found out a
right.
way to get my. But now I have my own that I use. I just got to tweak it, which I'm having the hardest time tweaking that file. Like going in there, just taking it and trying to fix it. It's annoying. But yeah, but
That's
yeah, I've
probably
used.
yeah. Just load it to ChatGPT just so you can read it, and then you
And then
just
I can just edit. See,
yeah,
I
and then
never
just
even thought
copy
about
and
I
just
never
copy
thought
it and then
about doing
paste it
that.
into a new document. There you go.
Look, you know what's crazy, bro? I went on there and I copied some stuff for like what an artist would need for content creation, or if they're trying to like, I'm not gonna flat out, yes, rewind it. I have used ChatGPT for something more important. I have an email list, and I've definitely used it to be like, hey, if an artist sent an email to his fans about updates regarding music and shows stuff like that, right? And it'll create one, and I'll take it and then just tweak it to where it sounds like me. And I'm like, bro, the layout's already there. I just send it out and like it works. And I don't care if some fans are gonna be like, yo, you Chat GPT. I'm like, bro, I edit it. I
Well,
make
I
sure
mean,
it's
it's
still me.
words is words at the end of the day. I
Yeah,
mean,
like I'm not, bro. Sometimes they be like, bro, the opening line be like, yo, what's going on, gang? I'm like, yo, first of all, I don't talk like that. So we're gonna take that out. Like, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, I don't talk like that most of the time, but yeah.
after this, I'll show you something crazy. After this, I'll
No,
show
for
you
sure.
something
No,
crazy.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Just reel it back, reel it back. We got a little off.
reel it back. Yeah, we
Reel
did.
it back. Yes,
That's
sir,
why
we
it's called
did.
unscripted,
No,
because things
facts.
sometimes get rolled off.
Yep, yep.
All right. So, what is there is there a certain artist that you would love to work with?
Easy. Mark Battles, Dizzy Wright, J. Cole, and that's crazy. Everyone's like, why you name J. Cole first? It don't matter. Mark Battles, Dizzy Wright, J. Cole, Cal Scrooby, um, I think that's it. Yeah. I don't really have a lot
Okay,
of
that's fine.
people that I want to collab with. I just know the collabs that I know. If I had all four of those collabs like just in my back pocket, those songs are going to do something. I don't care how people feel. Those songs would take off flat out.
So okay, so I know there's a dude that I saw on Instagram. I mean, not Instagram. He actually saw him on TikTok. He's a rapper too, but what he did was he made a beat that was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. It had Big X the plug on it, and he did one where it was like the dang, what's that song? That song like if you see me with my own world.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah. Where like they would kind of like blend two different like things at once.
yeah, yeah. So it was like a hard bass hit with that,
Mm-hmm.
and he put Big X a plug on there, and it was AI generated. No, it was AI
Oh,
generated. It was he used ABX Plug's voice from another song, placed it
yep.
on there, and it
Mm-hmm.
sounded like he was literally the one that made that song.
Sounded
Like,
butter.
oh my god,
Yeah.
bro, bust that in your car loud. Shoot,
Ain't nobody gonna know.
you wouldn't know unless you really listen to Big X to plug like that. But there's
Yeah.
people as well who also use AI generated rappers' voices on their
Mm-hmm.
songs too as well. So
Yeah.
I would say if you want to definitely hit those, I mean, have you tried even messaging them at all,
Believe it or not,
or
yo,
even
this is
just tag or
crazy.
just tagging them in music?
So two things. Earlier when I mentioned that like open up for another big artist, I opened up. Well, me, it wasn't just me. A couple, me and my other homies that are in the area. We
Uh
opened
huh.
up for Chris Calico, who is one of Tech Nine's like best homies. One of
Okay.
the good, yeah. So Chris Calico was on tour, and he brought Dizzy Wright and Whitney Payton. Whitney Payton is kind of that's the artist I should have brought up. I on like not like a higher tier, but on a lower tier. But yeah, I met Dizzy just from like yo, like back in the Funk Volume days. I was like, bro, like I was with like I went to y'all last show when y'all were still a group, like in Michigan, like in Detroit. And now they're not together anymore. But yeah, I met Dizzy Rowe. He was like overly dapping me up. I don't know if he was just high, whatever. He was like, "Hey man, continue on y'all journey, man." And he just out of everyone, he just kept dapping me up, and I was like, "Don't make me ask for a feature right now. While I will do it." Like,
I
but
mean, you should to seize the
yeah, I
opportunity.
should have. Yeah, I know. I'm not gonna. I probably should have, but like, what I'm saying. It was after the show. Everyone, they're getting, they're packing up. They're on tour. They got to go to the next stop. They're not worried about whoever locals are. But I
Of
will say we
course.
did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I met Dizzy, which was dope, and then I met who else did I say? Not met, but Mark Battles. He actually he ain't been on Instagram that active, but he's getting like he just got back when I'm about to drop an album or something like that. And
Hmm.
he liked one of my posts that I had from it was like the Spotify Wrapped and all this stuff coming around now for the artist, and I posted mine, and then he hearted it, and then he DM'd me saying, "Yo, bro, keep grinding. I see you." I was like, "Bro, first of all, listen, thank you." Like I appreciate it. Like I've sent him messages before and stuff like that. He wouldn't respond, but this time he did, and I was like, "Okay."
Consistency is key.
Oh yeah, no facts, bro. Like yeah, I don't. Yeah, dog. It was dope. I was like, I didn't know. The funny part is when I went to his profile, I didn't know he was already following me. I was like,
Wow.
So I don't know how long he's been just looking at my stuff. I'm like, yo, if you want to put me a part of Vasi gang, what we doing? The Vasi team, whatever. If you want to, hey, let's talk. Let's talk
You should
business.
you should definitely DM him and just be like, "Hey, bro, what do I got to do to work with you?"
No, I ain't
And
gonna even.
let me
Yeah,
know, and I will put in that work to make sure it happens right now.
believe it or not, I've seen him work with other artists where I'm like, bro, there's no. I'm like, bro, I know you did this for a bag. Like, I'm gonna be like you ever just hear a picture from an artist like a song, and you're just like, I like the artist that they had on it wasn't that good, but they offered them some
Bro,
bread, and they were like,
I've seen some of the most craziest and ugliest. Like there was a whole chick that like a crackhead. I ain't gonna. I'm a shit you not. She like a straight crackhead, straight from the womb. Like
damn,
fetus face.
uh,
Like she was over here talking about a man and laying up on him and everything. But at the same time,
right.
she was talking like this the entire time, like she just smoked 55.
I think I know who you're talking about
I
because
think she was
I
blonde hair, pale.
I think
Uh huh.
someone said that she looked like Ice Spice without a chromosome or something like that. I was like, "Mm."
I
I
saw
said
that one.
that's
I saw that.
crazy. I was like, yo, I was like, that's one thing, bro. Yeah, bro. Hey, but hey, I feel like everyone is just bro, this is just me. I'm saying this right now so we can get back on topic or
Uh,
whatever, dog. Like, I don't know why I feel like this, and I might need to put this in the song at some point, where I just feel like we're just allowing anybody to just be a part of like hip hop and just rap. And they don't even have to, bro. All they got to do is just have like a little bit of like a gimmick. And I may sound old, bro. I don't care. I just turned 27 in November. Listen, I don't
27
care.
too. You
Like, bro,
good?
like, yo, bro, I've been on this for a minute. I'm like, yo, like if your bars don't hold weight, bro, and you just sound like you just, you talking to one of them, I used to smoke cigarettes. Like if you sound like that,
Bro,
like bro, like someone needs to be
I
honest with y'all. Somebody
I
needs to
might
be
as well
honest.
rap myself then at that point. I feel like I
Hey,
have a better success at that point what she's doing.
bro, I got a homie dog that he kind of dips in and out of music a lot. You know what I'm saying? And dog, like he'll just come back. He like, yo, bro, you know what? I'm tired of this, bro. The game messed up. I'm gonna just start rapping again. I'm like, okay, like let's. I always tell him like, yo, you gonna have to work harder than what you were before because that you keep dipping out like you keep starting from ground zero all the time. Like, bro, you need to do it. Like he's ill. Like he has a better voice than me. I think he has a better voice than me. He got more heart. Like wholeheartedly, I can honestly say that. Me and him did an EP together. Dude is fire, bro. And it's like, bro, he just came back, made a song today, called me, sent it to me, like, hey, what do you think? And I'm like, bro, how are you this good? And you're just like, bro, it's crazy. And it's not just because the bars, it's like he has the full package. In my opinion, pause. People are weird. But I feel like he got the like that it factor. I feel like he has that. It's just don't know. I just don't know. I don't get it. I don't know. Yeah, dog. I feel like the game's in a weird space right now.
I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. And that's why we need people like you to bring the game back to where it
Bro,
was.
hey, dog, you know what's crazy, bro? At this point, I'm not even try to bring the game back, try to make people feel like hip hop has hope. Hip hop has hope. We have it. It's just artists like me that just may not have that song yet that's going to take them there, or that look yet. You know what I'm saying? They may not have that, or even like I said, that song. So it's like when we're still building, and when we see these people that you just explained up in here doing numbers, and it's not because they're good, it's because they just. I feel like people are just looking for a song and music just to numb them because of how messed up the world is. Like I feel like when the
Mm,
world and even when the world wasn't at its best, you know that you still were, there was music that can make you feel better about yourself or make the world seem less shitty. And now I feel like because of how weird the world is right now, and with the
mm-hmm.
whole thing with everyone just doom scrolling, TikTok brain, everyone's just kind of attention spans are slower now.
Just numb to it now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like everyone is just trying to find something else to numb them until the next day. So even if it gets to, like I said, that song that we heard, we know it's hot garbage. If people listen to that, or it's garbage, but all because it gets them through, and it's like it's a quick fix. They're like, all right, cool.
Make that to a
So
song. That's a bar you just did. Make that to a song. That's a bar. That's a whole bar.
hey, listen, trust me, dog. It's coming. I feel like that's the one thing I haven't done, bro. Like I haven't spoken my mind on a lot of stuff in a minute,
And
especially in my
that's what you
music.
need to do. You
You
definitely
know,
need to don't be like somebody else that you're not. I mean, not saying, of course, you're not being yourself, but at the same, you won't
yeah,
be your true, authentic self because at least you know when you make that song, you feel good about it. Like, you know what? I
yeah,
put my heart, my soul, my sweat, my spirit into this. This is
facts.
this is what's bringing me to the next level right here. And I don't care who else doesn't care. I'm flowing with this because this is who I am. And
And
the
this
one
feels good
person
to
I
me.
could yeah, and the one person I could definitely say that I respect more than anybody is, you probably definitely heard him already, Dax. He
Yeah,
represents himself day in and day out. He doesn't change for nobody. I think he haven't accepted no record labels either because he don't
yeah,
really
no,
trust the music streets. He doing everything
facts.
himself. So like,
Yeah,
you need to be on that type of timing where you just your true authentic self and people gonna resonate to you no matter
right.
what.
Yeah, like I will say like I've only had like a few songs like that I was just like, yeah, I probably like shouldn't have made that song. And it's only because I felt like when I listen to it now, it feels forced. But when I was making it, it didn't. And I noticed, at least for me, I feel like if I need to feel something when I create in order for me to be okay with it. Like sometimes like even if it's not me feeling nothing like, oh, like this hits my soul, or like it may just be like, yo, like this hits my legs. Like I want to do something. Like I want to dance, I want to pop, I want to, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that. So I just feel like now it's like there's only one song I had
So
where I was like that.
So I would say this. So I was listening to your whole EP that you had, and
One
I
for the
listened
fall.
to, uh-huh,
Well,
and
yep.
then also and then I also listened to what was that? It was Different Over Here.
Yep. Why did I know you were going to say that? That's crazy. That's crazy. Go ahead.
That Now that one, I like all of them. All of them was
Yeah, yeah,
good. Don't
yeah.
get me wrong. All of them was good, but Different Over Here, that was knocking for me. That was knocking. And I don't know if it was the 808s or how you were saying it, but it just something within it clicked within me and resonated with me on it on a deeper level. And
Thank you.
so I want
That's
to, so
ill.
I would,
That's dope.
hey, no problem, bro. The same for me. I'm big on support no matter what.
Hmm.
And I always tell this to everybody, like, I want to see other people win no matter what. And if there's any way that I can possibly help out in some shape, form, or fashion in God's glory, then I will do that to my best ability that I can.
Right.
At the end of the day, I don't care what type of financial situation or whatever I'm going after, or like this happened to me. The only thing I want to make sure is that everybody else wins first, because everybody else who
Mm.
wins first, I know my blessings are gonna come after, regardless. The only thing is that I want to be that point to where, like, you know what, I was able to provide something to this person to where now they're scaled their lifestyle from here to here now, or whether that even that's financially, emotionally, spiritually, like I
Right.
want to provide some type of impact to somebody's life. And for me, especially now that we had this whole conversation too, I can already tell that you have the right mindset and the right drive for it. It's just the
Hmm.
whole point now is that you got to have that inner conversation with yourself. And I can already tell you right now, I could think of like about 5 different ideas what you could do to make videos even pop even more already.
Okay.
Just because of it. It's just like it's just that if you can do the time to understand your audience and understand what they like, right? And then find something within what they like to what you like and it resonates, then it can make things click and happen for you. And also as
Wow.
well too, just you finding being around the right individuals who's going to excel you, and also getting yourself in the right rooms too
Wow.
as well,
Yeah, no, I
because
will. Yeah, that's definitely one thing I've needed to definitely fix is just that the people that I be around sometimes, like I think everyone can equate to that. You know, they always say keep the people that are around you like go where you're what is it? It's not don't go where you're tolerated, but go where you're appreciated or something like that. Whatever the
something like that, something
yeah,
like
like
that, yeah.
I've resonated with that like a lot recently. And yeah, dude, yeah, I feel like it's harder out here, bro, especially like in Michigan. I feel like anywhere else I look at, I feel like there's just always constant support. You know what I mean? And there's
Hmm.
one thing from getting like like I will say that sometimes I feel like when you get support from only like local artists I feel like that's a trap. You know what I mean? And I know this is probably people are gonna look at me like, yo, why would you say that? Like I'm
I
giving you
think
love.
I
What do you
think I
think?
know what you mean. I think I
Because
know what
I
you mean.
because I feel like if you're only getting love from I feel like I'm shaking my camera. I feel
It's
like if
good.
you're only getting love from like local artists and not even like the local people that might turn into a fan, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
I feel like I feel like you're kind of capping and you're limiting yourself a little bit because then you're only like your fan base is a bunch of other artists. And most of the time other artists get selfish because they want something for themselves. Now I'm not saying that's everybody, but it's going
Right.
to happen. You know what I mean? So that's why even when I do shows, even when it's friends and family, I appreciate everyone that comes to my shows, listen to the music, all that. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate every single one of y'all. I just know on the other hand, I can't be crippled by that. You know what I mean? Like it's bro, it's I don't know if
You
that's
don't
even
want to be
too
one
deep
of
to
those.
go into.
No, no, you fine.
Yeah.
Cause the one thing you don't want to be considered, like, for example, where I was born and raised in Emporia, Virginia, very small town. Everybody knew everybody. You can literally
Hmm.
drive past it on the highway. That's how small it was.
Right.
And so there's people there who, like, they got surrounded. They only been surrounded by people who just kind of give them clout, whether they used to be a
Yeah.
basketball player or used to be a rapper or used to be like, yeah, he was on his way to NBA, but then everything stopped. And then, like,
Right.
and that's all they're known for, just in that small town. And you just don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
put yourself in that same type of box to where the only people who really know you have clout for you is just within that town. You want to make sure it expands out further than that.
Exactly. And I seen someone I forgot what group said this, but they were just like, sometimes when you just only focus on local, you're gonna stay there.
Yep.
Because and here's the thing, this is the crazy part is too. I've heard that. I've also heard like sometimes you have to blow up outside of your state and your city where you come from in order for your city and state to appreciate you, because now they see that someone else is messing with you. It's not just them, like a small collective of people. But then
Mm-hmm.
also, I've heard from another local artist who's doing things out here. He was like, yo, like people don't realize that just in Sterling Heights and Warren and all that stuff, like alone, like each city has over 150,000 people in it, minimum. And then I was like,
Mm.
from just being here, you don't think like 50,000 people just in this one city. You know what I mean? And I
Right.
thought about it. I was like, yo, like if you just spend time just in one city or whatever like that and just try to just gain those people and even like a tenth of them, that's enough to get you started. It is on the other hand, when those people see you all the time and they get to know you all the time, you become less of he makes music. Now it's just like that's the guy who also works here, that lives here, that makes music. It's not like that mystique of it, where it's like someone from out of town from LA may come to Detroit and they get love because Detroit people they may not know them. But people in LA where they grew up at, they know them. So it's like they feel, it's a weird thing that I be having to go through in my head. I'm like, dang, like I love being from Michigan. I love being here. Like it is mad dope. I just know that anytime my music does well, it pops off somewhere else. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, dude, it's crazy, bro. It's just yeah, just be wary of just being only liked by local artists.
I agree with you
Snap,
on
what
that.
happened? Snap. Hold on. Dang. I had my phone on D&D. My girl just called me. Hopefully that didn't mess up nothing.
Oh,
She
you
know I'm,
good. You good.
I told her, I said, yo, I got an interview. So like, you gotta wait. Yeah.
That's
So
all
yeah.
good. But I resonate with you deeply on that though, because
Right.
just like I said, like I'm moving to Florida next month.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I born and raised in Virginia. Honestly, I got tired of Virginia because me personally, I feel like there's no opportunity in Virginia, period,
Mm-hmm.
for me to excel. And so, like, for me to do these things, like, I'm being looked at as if, like, hey, like, you're abandoning your daughter. What you're doing is wrong. Why is it like you want to traumatize her and all that? I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And plus, it's not like I want to leave. I don't. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like I can't
You
get
need to
my
grow.
foundation. I need to grow, get my foundation right, because how I'm supposed to support her down the road if I can get my own foundation right? What type of man would I be or father, you know?
Yeah.
And
Facts.
so
Facts.
like there's things I'm working on in Florida that I'm gonna be doing with some of the peeps there to where like we're going to blow up. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And like also to be able to get in more rooms to talk to other people with more other opportunities. And that the
That's
thing
ill.
is the thing is that this is not for the faint of heart. It's not. And that whether
Nah.
that's deal with music, entrepreneurship, anything, like it's not for the faint of heart. And we live in a day and age now to where we got to take more risks because us
Yeah.
being sustainable where we at now is not cutting it. Period.
Mm,
It's not.
nah. Yeah, no, I will agree. I will agree with that. Like there are some artists that do end up, you know what I'm saying, that make it out of your city. But I also feel like those are the ones who didn't just focus on here. Like they're always gonna have love from here. This is where they're from.
Right.
Whether that's LA, anything, New York, Texas, Kentucky, wherever you're from, right? You're always gonna have love for your city where you grew up at. And at the same time, it's like you gotta understand, bro. Like, it's a big world out here. Like, bro, there may not be 10 people that like you in your city, but I guarantee you go to the next state over, there may be 100 that love you. You know what I mean? So you you
Facts.
you can't. And I know it's hard for people to understand that. Like people be like, yeah, I got fans everywhere, and it's like, so have you ever thought about growing your audience out there outside of just keep growing it here? And they'd be like, well, I don't know. I'm like, okay then. So you're just talking. It's just I don't just any type of accolades I've had, I've never used them as a way to flex on somebody or make it seem like I'm bigger and that I'm more experienced than what I am.
Right.
I don't try to do that. I just let them know I'm like, yo, like you found me and you like me because of what I do. Now, the fact that I feel like me having the experience and me going through certain things helps, but it's like, yo, I can have all the experience in the world, and I may help you, and I may fumble the bag, and you say like, yo, you're not that good. People were just gas you up because they were your homies. You know that's not true, but you may fumble the bag sometimes, bro. It happens. It happens. You're
You
gonna
do.
fumble in music. You're gonna fumble in any type of, even if you go to college, and at college they give you this book to read, and they say everything you need to know about your field is right here. You can read that whole book and be like, all right, I'm ready. But then as soon as you get in the field, you have to actually use your hands and move stuff around and precautions, safety, all that. You're going to fumble because you don't have that experience in the, you know what I'm saying, in the
In the
field. You can't
field.
just,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. So it's like, dog, man, I congratulate you for taking that step and going to Florida. Wherever your homies are, they the real ones for y'all coming up with that idea, pushing it, whatever. If they're from that, however y'all connected, that's ill. That is mad dope. And I commend you for that, for real.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, dog.
I'm going regardless of what's going on, right? So like I'm
Mm-hmm.
not even sure yet if I'm even gonna have a place yet. So like it's just a point that I'm going off the sheer strength. It's not just I'm going without no plan. Like I got a
No,
plan.
yeah, no, I'm
But
not
it's
gonna lie. As
like,
soon as I heard, I don't know if I'm gonna stay. I'm like,
yeah,
look, fam, hey, give it
yeah.
10.
It's just because I don't want to run back to my mom's house because I know that's comfortable for me. And I can't do that.
Talk. I'm so glad you brought that up. Just keep going. Jeez, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, when it comes to comfortability, that's just something that I know I'm used to doing. And like anytime things got hard, anytime, I broke up or whatever, I'm running
Mm-hmm.
back to my mom. So it's like, when am I just going to realize I got to stand on my own 2 feet and do my own shit?
Yeah.
And if I don't do it now, me being 27, I'm
Mm-hmm.
never going to do it. So like, I
Yeah.
got to do this. And
Mm-hmm.
and it's not like I'm out here, being crazy. Not like I'm out here partying, doing
Yeah.
crazy drugs, doing out here in these streets. Like I'm actually doing something productive compared to some other people are,
No,
right?
facts, facts.
And like, it's just that for those out there who scared of taking a risk, listen. By the time you even walk outside, you're already taking a risk because you're walking outside in this day and
Mm,
age. So
yeah,
you might as well
facts.
go ahead and take that risk and do what you
Take the
believe is
risk.
right for you.
Take it. Take it. I'm telling you, it's going to be scared. I'm looking in the camera for this one. It is going to be scared. You are going to feel like you're messing up and you're losing every step of the way. Please take that risk. I'm telling you, because at least for me, when you brought up the whole thing about moving back home and stuff like that, like I did it. I've been here for 2 years. Like I moved out on my own for 2 years, had a crib, all that. And the only reason why I moved back is because I could not find a second job for the life of me just to help me sustain bills. And at this time, like I can't blame it all on that. It's still some fault on me. You know what I mean? Like with the
Of
whole
course,
credit
yeah,
card thing.
we all got to take
Yeah,
faults, yeah.
yeah. Like the fault on me was like not really understanding like the credit card game. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm glad it took me 2 years to figure out how to move and how to do that. And once I got it paid off now, bro, I'm like, all right, cool. Like I don't like that's one less thing I have, and that was the main reason. Sorry, one less thing I had to worry about because that was the main thing that got me back here in the first place
Mm.
was the credit card debt. So now that I have that taken care of, like I don't even have my cards on me. I put them somewhere. I don't know where they're at. I don't even try to. I remove them from purchase, like just to have them as like options to buy things. I took them all off of everything, just so I won't be tempted. Because I'm like I'm not doing that over again.
You didn't
I'm
close
not.
them though, right? You just
No,
got them
no, no,
off
no, no, no,
somewhere.
no, no. Yeah, no, no.
Good,
Yeah, I got
good,
the cards just put up somewhere around the house. I don't
good,
remember where I put
good,
them.
good.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
glad you didn't close them.
oh no, no, no. Yeah, that's the one thing I knew. I was like, yo, as soon as I pay these off, still don't close them. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, because
So
you will mess up your credit.
yeah, but yeah, just going back to the comfortability thing, like dog, I felt so down on myself coming back home, dog. But I will say it was probably the best thing I could have done, only because of the reason why I came back. Like I feel like I was like, okay, I need to get myself back in order to where I was before, or even in a better space. Because now that I know what it's like to be out on your like by yourself 2 years. Some people don't even do that. Some people don't get to that point in life yet where
True.
they're out on their own for 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Just because of whatever it is. I'm just saying I was able to figure out how to do that for 2 years before I moved back home. So like, yeah, dog, y'all, if the comfortability being back home is crazy, because I feel it. I be like, yeah, I got a job, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm working, I'm making some bread, second job, music is okay right now. Like I was sitting here like, yeah, I don't gotta make a song today. I can make one tomorrow, or I can make a video tomorrow. And it was there was a point where I was just putting stuff off to tomorrow, and I was like, okay, hold on.
And tomorrow never came.
Bro, listen, tomorrow never came. And I've always been that friend where like I always give advice to everybody, but like I've never taken my own advice. It's so terrible. So it's like, yeah, dog, yeah, man, just take, like you said, take that risk, move out, figure it out, something. That's the only way you're going to know if you're really built for it or not. And you get to actually move on your own. You don't have to worry about coming home to nobody. You don't got to answer to nobody. But you still just have to know that you hold yourself more accountable when you're by yourself compared to when you have someone to go home to, whether it's your mom, dad, whatever, grandma, whatever. So, dude, just please take the risk. Do it. I don't care what no one says. People who never took risk are the ones that are scared, still in the same spot. Take that risk, please.
Fact.
Yeah, dog.
Oh, what is one word of advice you will give to somebody before we leave today?
Oh, one word of advice. Hey,
come on, Pastor. I know I feel the spirit within you. Let him out.
I'm going to use I'm going to use one of my song titles, an abbreviation, as a way, and hopefully this clears any type of or helps anybody out in this case.
Okay.
I have a song called Reason, and it's abbreviated, and I figured out what it was. And my advice to y'all is recognize every achievement, stop overthinking nonsense. That is the best thing I can do. Reason. That's the only thing I can, and what I mean by that is obviously, accept the big wins, accept the small wins. But when those losses come in, like have it bounce off of you. It's like, oh, it's the loss. Cool. Learn from it. Keep going. Don't treat it as a loss. Treat it as a lesson. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, yeah. Recognize every achievement. Stop overthinking nonsense. And there was another one too I think I had for that. I'm so mad because I did it twice in the song. I can't remember what it was. It was real something. I don't remember what it wasn't as powerful as recognize every achievement, stop overthinking nonsense. So yeah, that's my advice.
Recognize every achievement, stop overthinking nonsense.
Yes.
You hear that, people?
Yes.
I want you to understand that.
Facts. We both looking at you in the camera. What we doing?
Course through your veins. Recognize every achievement. Stop overthinking nonsense.
Yes, sir. He said, hey, yo, I don't know. Okay, I know you about to end it, but like, yo, you seen that clip of like where it's like Ja Morant after he dunks every time and he's like, he slam dunks over somebody and he's like, like, bro,
oh, yeah.
so funny, dog. But yeah,
he's like,
thank you for having me, though.
Now?
Yeah, who gonna stop me now? But thank you for having me, bro. Growth Unscripted. I love the name. I love what you got going on. I can't wait to see you on the bigger platform of your own, to be honest. Because I know it's there. I know it's coming.
I appreciate it. I can't wait. And I actually can't wait to actually hopefully do one with you in person.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I actually have an idea I want to do. I actually have an idea. What do you think about doing like a rap podcast?
A rap podcast? Where I just like right now, where I just rap right now? Like what we do?
So I was thinking about this earlier. So I'm thinking like it'd be like I throw a couple of bars and then you throw a couple of bars and it's like I am
not the best freestyler, so you might cook me. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not the best but you might cook me in a freestyle. I ain't gonna even lie.
I'll be real with you. Best thing I'm probably cooking is air. I'll be real with you. Lord, the camera the camera said I had enough of this.
The funny part is I'm glad because like it's been like there'll be a point when you're talking like the camera will kind of like freeze up a little bit, and that was the one time it should have froze up perfectly because it was like, oh no, the camera, and then well, by the time it came back it was normal. I was like, all right, cool, bet. All right, yeah, dog.
Nick, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it. Where can everybody find you at?
All of my social medials. Rewind
medials? That's new.
Remedial, yeah. Let's restart that. Yeah, y'all can find me. Every ad name is What Up Nick, WADDUPNV, not INV, DK. People be envying your boy, so a little gem right there. But yeah, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everything. I just got the Lemon app, Lemon 8, whatever it is. TikTok might be banned, so who knows? So yeah, that's
I need to put stuff on there. I've been hearing about it, but
I just started, bro. It is. Sorry, I feel like you would do well on there. I'm not gonna lie. I really feel like you would do well on there because as a music artist, it is harder to be. It's a little bit harder to get up on there sometimes. But I'm learning it. I'm learning a whole new app now.
I'm gonna look into that. All
right, Nick. For sure.
Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much. For those out there, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to like, share, follow, leave a review under this podcast too. This really resonated with you and you enjoyed your time.
Yes. Yes.
And without further ado, appreciate y'all. Y'all be blessed. Remember, stay growth unscripted. Thank you.
Yep.
Good night.
Yep. See y'all.
Beep, 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 beep.
Oh,
All right.
man.